let's turn our attention to tennis. And the reason I brought this up is because world number one Iga Swiatek has looking for a new coach. She has split with her former coach Tomasz Wiktorowski. Wiktorowski, yeah. I don't know what you think. I think it's a big thing because the coach is the one who helped her to 4 Grand Slams, to 5 Grand Slams. Well, to 4 Grand Slams.
Yeah. And it's the same when she went on to be world number one, and she held it for so long. This year, in the build-up to this year, we were talking about the winning streak that she had. And I don't think when you look at the lows for her this season, they warrant a separation.
Yeah.
Because she says the struggles have been in hard courts. In the French Open, I think she left in the third round, and then the US Open, she left in the 4th round or something, I think, in the quarters. I don't think those two can warrant a separation between the two of them, especially given that they are both Polish and they've grown together and they have achieved a lot.
According to the argument is the coach wants to spend more time at home. So I'm not sure. That's what she said. And then, of course, there's the other one where she feels like she needs to start working with a non-Polish coach. So, and when I saw this story, I wondered, this is her, or the other day, Coco Gauff was a really big, she split with Brad Gilbert. And she's looking for a coach, or she has a new coach.
She's looking for
and it made me wonder, when I was starting to understand tennis, the coaches were never really a big thing. They've become a big thing maybe in the last decade, where the tennis coaches become such a big thing. You know, Boris Becker, Goran Ivanisevic with Djokovic. All of a sudden, it's Moratoglu with Serena. All of a sudden, it's become a big thing. The guy, Dan, the guy who did with Simona Halep, is one of the most expensive coaches in the world. The guy from Australia, I forget his name. Let me Google it, just because it will bother my head. It's called Darren. I think it's called Darren. Darren Cahill. He was considered as one of the guys who would help. And even now, she has a new coach, which is Carlos Martinez Come. Of course, Rafa, Tony Nadal's very famous as his coach. So I just wondered, are these coaches are they always as big? Am I just that we never used to give them the attention they deserve then?
I think it's the latter. Maybe you didn't give them a lot of credit that they deserve to, or maybe right now they're getting the limelight probably they wouldn't get in the past. I think they're playing a key role also in terms of changing up of techniques, because right now it's not like where we had players that were dominating an era. Nowadays it's you come here and win here, and the other one comes in and wins here, and so it's a battle of margins because it's very tight at the top. So if you find a guy that is going to refine your techniques, and I was wrong here, it's not the French Open, it's the Australian Open and the US Open that she struggled in, then you're definitely going to go with a guy that's going to change up your game to suit the style that is going to win in a particular surface.
I feel part of it is just because we are in between eras. So we had the big three.
Yes.
FedEx, Djokovic, and Nadal.
Yeah.
And then in the women, you had Serena Williams. Now, since Serena left, there hasn't been someone who's really been dominant. Okay, Iga maybe, with 4 Grand Slams.
Yes.
But Iga has 4. Naomi has a couple.
Yeah.
Has a few.
Sabalenka
has a few now.
Couple, yeah.
But there hasn't been someone who's been like, I am the queen. And I feel like we're just trying to get the new star coming in. Who's the current big star in tennis? I don't think there is. I think they are all trying. Or rather, he's on his way out. Let me not say done. He's on his way out. Sinner and Alcaraz are the babies coming in. But I don't feel like you have a Federer or a Djokovic or a Nadal or a Serena Williams.
Yes. So there is the quest to get in there. And the quest to get in there, then that means that you get the hottest property that is going to refine your techniques into getting there. Because the margins are so small that in one Grand Slam, you have Yannick Sinner that is bomb rushing everyone. And then in the other, Carlos Alcaraz just comes on the French clay and does wonderful things. And then on the other one, you've got Sinner coming back again. So you've got to think about it. Because as I said, it's not like Swiatek had the worst of years. It's only those two surfaces where she struggled in the Australian Open and in the US Open. In the US Open, it was the second best that she's ever played in the US Open to get where she got to. So they are looking at them as big losses, and so they have to get the best guys to make sure that they go ahead and become the greatest. I think.
I know it makes sense. Well, your argument makes sense. It's a really, really good argument. And that's why I said maybe we just wait and see what happens. Now,